Hello, welcome to number system. Today we'll study LCM and HCF. LCM is list common multiple. So LCM of two numbers is the smallest positive number that is multiple of both. For example, here are multiples of 3, that is the numbers which are there in the table of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and so on so forth till 24 for example. Now multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Now if you observe, there are many common multiples in between 3 and 4, like 12, 12, 12 is here, 12 is here, 24 is here, 24 here is here. And if we go on doing this, so we may find many other common multiples here. But out of these common multiples, 12 is least, or among all the common multiples, 12 is least. So this 12 is present here as well as here, and which is least among all common multiple. That's why 12 is the LCM of 3 and 4. Every time we need not do this process like writing all the multiples of both numbers and then find the list among those. So there is a procedure to find the LCM. Here is the procedure. Step number 1, factorize all the numbers, the numbers for which you are finding LCM. Factorize all the numbers into their prime factors. Prime factors are the factors of a number which are prime numbers. Step number 2, collect all the distinct factors. And step number 3, raise each factor to its maximum available power and multiply. Raise each factor to its maximum available power and then multiply. So let's see an example here. So here is a question. Find the LCM of 10, 20 and 25. So let's do step number 1. Step number 1 says factorize all these numbers into their prime factors. Let's factorize 10 first. 10 is equal to 2 into 5. So the power of 2 is 1. Power of 5 is also 1. So then 20 is 4 into 5 is 20. 4 is nothing but 2 raised to 2. 25 is 5 into 5, that's 5 square. So we factorize these numbers into their prime factors. Now step number 2 says collect all the distinct factors. So the distinct factor here are 2 and 5 only. So 2 and 5. Step number 3 says raise these to their highest power available. Right? What is the highest power of 2 available here? The highest power of 2 available here is 2 square. So 2 square. And the highest power of 5 available here is 5 square. So we raise those 2 and 5 to their highest power, so 2 square and 5 square, and multiply those. So if we multiply those, we'll get 4 into 25 is 100. So 100 is the LCM of 10, 20 and 25. So the idea is very simple. Step 1 says factorize them into the distinct factors, prime factors. Step number 2 says collect the distinct factors. Step number 3 says raise these distinct factors to their highest power available and multiply. So here we get answer as 100. So question number 2, find the LCM of 35, 45, 55. So step number 1, factorize these numbers into their prime factors. So 35 is equal to 5 7 to 35, so 5 into 7. 45 is equal to 9 is 45, so 9 is 3 square, because we have to factorize the numbers into their prime factors. So 9 is not a prime number, that's why we need to factorize 9 further. So 9 can be factorized as 3 into 3, so 3 square into 5. Now 55 is equal to 11 5 is 55, both are prime numbers, so 11 and 5. Step number 2 says collect the distinct factors. So the distinct factors here are 5, 7, 3 and 11. So write all those. So 3, 5, 7, 11. Step number 3 says raise these to their highest power and multiply. Highest power available here and multiply. So 3's highest power available here is 3 square. So we wrote 3 square. 5's available power here is 1. So 5 raised to 1. And 7's available power is 1. And 11's available power is also 1. So let's multiply those. If we multiply those, we'll get 3, 4, 6, 5. So 3, 4, 6, 5 is the LCM of these three numbers. So now let's talk about HCF. HCF is the highest common factor of two numbers. So, so the highest number which divides both or the given numbers is called as HCF. Now, the process to find HCF is like this. Process to find HCF. It's similar to the process to find the LCM with few changes. Factorize, step number 1 is again same. Factorize all the numbers into their prime factors. Step number 2 says collect all the not distinct now common factors. Common factors. And step number 3 says raise each factor to its minimum available power. Right? So now not maximum available power but the minimum available power. So step number 3 says raise each factor to its minimum available power. Minimum available power and multiply, not the maximum power, which was the case in case of LCM. So there are three steps in HCF. Factorize all the numbers into their prime factors, collect all the common factors, then raise each factor to its minimum available power and multiply. For example, let's try to find the LCM of, HCF of now this 10, 20 and 25. So step number 1 is factorize those. We have already factorized those. And now collect the common factors only. The common factors here are 2 is here, but 2 is not here. So 2 is not common. 5 is here, 5 is here, 5 is available here also. So 5 is common. 5 is present in all three. So let's write only 5 as a common factor. Common factor. Step number 3 says raise this 5 to its minimum available power. 5 is the common factor. Raise it to the minimum available power. The minimum available power here is 1. Power of 5 is, maximum power of 5 is 2 and minimum power of 5 is 1. So raise it to minimum power. So 5 raised to 1. There is only one common factor, a common uh, factor among these three, and its power is, minimum power is 1. So 5 is the HCF. Let's try to find the HCF of 35, 45 and 55. So the factors of 35, 45, 55 we have already found. So then write the common factors here. The common 5 is present here, 5 is present here, 5 is present here. So 5 we wrote. 3 is not present here. It's not present here. That's why 3 is not common factor. 7 is also only present here. That's why it's also not a common factor. So 11 is also only present as factor of 55. That's not also common. So only common factor is 5. Then the step 2 is raise it to its minimum power. So 5's minimum power is 1. So 5's minimum power available here is 1. So that's why 5 is to 1. So HCF is 5. So HCF is 5. Okay, so let's try to find the, let's do one more example and try to find the factors of, let's say, 25 and 30. or 25 and 50. 25 and 50. HCF of 25 and 50. So step 1 says find the factors, prime factors of both. So prime factors of 25 are 5 into 5, that is 5 square. Then the prime factors of 50 are 5 into 5 into 2, right? So that is 5 square into 2. So step number 2 says write the common factors. So common factors here, 5 is here, 5 is also here, so 5 is common factor. Step number 3 says raise this common factor to the highest minimum power available here. The minimum power available here is 2, 5 square, 5 square. So 5 is raised to 2. Then multiply, but 5 square, there is no other factor here. So 5 square is 25. So HCF of 25 and 50 is 25. So 25 is the highest number which divides both 25 and 50. So we can see 25 can divide 25 and 25 can also divide 50. Okay, so that was all about how to find HCF and LCM of given numbers. Thanks for watching.